Well, hello there, welcome to the Obi Thorn Alliance. In today's video, we're doing a trailer reaction to Truth Be Told Season 2. If you can, like and subscribe, leave a comment down. So, what's your thoughts leading into the trailer reaction?
I'm very interested to see what this trailer is going to be about because it's only just recently been released and announced that this show's coming out for a season 2.
Yeah.
Which I didn't know there was going to be a season 2 until you told me. It's a show we have recommended. We've also reviewed, so we've followed it pretty closely, and we've had a few theories about what season 2 could be about. So now we're going to have some of our questions answered, hopefully. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Yourself?
Yeah, very much so. It'll be interesting to see what it's about and who else is going to be involved besides the main character, who's returning. Yeah.
Yeah, because what you rated it as an above average show, and I gave it a above average to excellent show. So we both got pretty high expectations given that we rated the first season so highly. So hoping that this season will live up to expectation, and I think its release date was
the 20th of
August. So it's not too far away.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get into it.
You trust with your deepest secrets.
Okay, we've seen 2 of the main characters returning.
Yeah.
Kate Hudson, as I said in the review, that she was casted in it.
How can you help me? I want to know who murdered my husband.
Okay, think it's going to be an anthology series like he's predicted.
Yeah.
Looks like she's famous herself, Kate Hudson's character.
Questions left unanswered. Can you trust her? I know my friends. We know what our friends want us to know. That's
Her husband's still in it.
Yeah.
Intrigued if they move back to New York, like they were saying. Okay, what do you think about that as a trailer?
It leaves you wanting to find out more about the show, but like with the season 1 trailer, it gets you hyped for it, and it's a pretty good trailer.
Yeah, I think it doesn't give us too much, but it gives us enough to be excited. So far we know it's obviously a separate case, so we got the anthology series like we were hoping for. We've got Octavia Spencer's character, her husband's in it, so they didn't split up after they had a few troubles in season 1. Her ex-boyfriend that helped her with the investigation, he was in a lot of scenes there, so I'm guessing he's involved again. We've got Kate Hudson introduced, and I kept seeing something about shelter written behind her, and it looked like she was either head of a talk show or a church or something. So her...
Maybe female empowerment or something, kind of like opera or something.
Yeah, so all we know so far is her character's husband's been murdered, and she's asked Octavia Spencer's character to help with that. Do you feel like the show's probably going to make us think that it was her that murdered her husband all along, and then there's going to be a big twist at the end that it wasn't her and it was someone else?
Could be like that.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised if the show doesn't make us believe that the wife's guilty. People like that. I think it's very similar to movies like Gone Girl or The Girl on the Train, where they have that twist where you think the husband's the murderer and then it's not. People tend to like that because, the husband or the wife, because they always say that when there's
a spouse.
Yeah, when a murder happens in a home, it's the spouse is the most likely
family member.
Yeah, they're the most likely person who committed the murder. So it's just what we expect.
Do you think it looks as good or as interesting in season 1?
I think so, given that we know what happened. We know that season 1 was good. I think if this was the first season of the show and we saw that trailer, we'd go, Oh, she's trying to help someone find who killed her husband. Wow. But now that we know the first season, which dragged us in because we're like, oh, someone's been wrongly accused, she's going to try and get him out. That was really unique and interesting. So I think given that we've seen season 1, it's going to make season 2 a lot better. So yeah, I mean, I'm more excited about it based on the trailer because we've seen the first season. If this was season 1 and that was the trailer they spat out, I'd probably go, oh, it looks okay. Like, there's some big actors in it, but that's about it.
And did you like who they cast as the wife involved in the show's Kate Hudson?
Yeah, she's a great actress. So I'm sure she'll do a great job. And thinking about past roles she's played in movies, she does have the capability of playing a large range. She's been in some comedies. I think How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days is one that comes to mind. She's been in a lot of serious movies. She's, I think she's got a variety. I can also see her playing a distressed, crazy lady too. I think she's played that role in a couple of movies. So I'm assuming that she's probably going to bring that out in this show. We've seen in a few trailers it looked like she was wielding a weapon and like throwing something. So I think we're going to get a bit of drama with her. So it should be good.
And someone did ask the question, do you trust her? Do you think it will become that thing that, will begin to not trust and then, will be kind of like with season 1 kind of changing our minds? Or do you hope the writers kind of do something different? Because sometimes it's the problem trying to do the same thing again. It's like, do you try to do the same formula but just with different characters, or do you?
Well, it is a tricky thing. If you keep redoing the same formula, then does it become predictable?
Yeah.
Or does that work in your favour because as you become predictable, you have the option to change it up?
Yeah.
So they go, oh, the twist is going to be it's going to be a relative again, like in the first season, and then they because we're expecting that, we're looking for the clues to make that, but then they really, instead, it can be someone completely different, but we've been misled to think that it's going to be this character because of season 1. So maybe that's the secret. We think the show's going to be predictable, but it might throw us a complete curveball when it works in its favour. So, don't know. I do think it'll be good. I have faith in the writers. It said the first season was based on a novel. They may have shown that in that trailer, whether this is based on a novel or whether there is multiple novels in this series and that's where the writing's coming from, or it could just be something that's been completely new and screen written for Apple TV, but it's inspired by the first season, which was inspired by a book. So I don't know. Or maybe all these stories are already pre-written and we can go read the book and find the answer before it's released. I don't know.
And which character are you most intrigued to see in season 2?
Oh, I think Kate Hudson, being a new character added. I think we know what happens with the others. Octavia Spencer's character she's good in the main character, but as we mentioned in season 1, a bit questionable about her methods and can she really do the things she can do, but it's fine. It's going to be interesting. What about yourself? Who are you looking forward to the most?
Yeah, I guess Kate Hudson, or maybe the husband. Like besides him kind of getting upset with his wife, he didn't really do that much.
I guess we've still got a lot to find out. That trailer could be completely misleading. It could be about something even different than what we think. So, which I don't know, they tend to do in trailers. Like some of the, sometimes you hear the voicing over the top, like the one you mentioned. I go, oh, can you trust her? We assume because on the screen at the same time it shows Kate Hudson's character, but that could be out of context. That could be a character saying that about someone completely different that we don't even know is in the show yet. It's just what they do. It's a bit of trickery in the trailers to get us talking and reacting like we are.
And do you think the show was set in New York where she was moving to, or do you think she's come back to where season 1 was, because she was also with the person that was helping her in season 1. So unless that person moved to where she was moving to.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It could be New York. It didn't look like Manhattan, New York, but it could have been like uptown New York or something, or like Long Island or something. So it looked a bit different. Yeah, maybe it could be somewhere different, completely different in the country that she's been asked to help, and then she's then flown in her friend who lived in San Francisco to help, which is a possibility. That's what I'm leaning towards. I reckon it's going to be neither. It's going to be not New York, and it's not going to be San Francisco where the first one was. I think it's going to be somewhere completely different, and they're going to be flown in because this person's asked them to help with the murder investigation. Which I guess there's going to be a reason as to why she didn't ask the police, why Octavia Spencer's character's involved. Maybe
The police suspect her, so it's like, I'll get...
Or maybe the police don't know. They've given up. They're like, we can't solve this murder. We'll just leave it at that. And it's became a cold case. So, I don't know. Where do you think it might be filmed? Or set, sorry.
Could be same place as season 1 New York or Los Angeles.
I have a feeling it's not going to be the same place because the likelihood of these murders keep occurring in the same place. Like, yes, I know they do, but they probably going to change it up because you'll go, oh, well, how many times can she be required to help in the same place? So, who knows?
Is there any characters that you would like to see from season 1 appear for an episode, or...?
Not really. I hope there's not much involvement or any involvement with the main character's family. I don't, unless they add something to the storyline, I don't see the point in involving her father again and involving her sisters. I felt that they didn't add much to season 1, so hopefully they're not in season 2.
Would you like to see Aaron Paul's character make like a guest appearance and you hear like how his life is going, like in the background?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind it. Whether he's needed for this storyline, probably not, but I wouldn't mind hearing how he's going, though, because we'd assume that things have gone well for him, but maybe not. Maybe the Nazis, that he murdered one of them in the prison, maybe they've came after him now that he's out of prison, and I don't know, or maybe he's doing really well and he's working, but we know that as an ex-convict it's hard to get a job, but I guess if he was proven innocent of his crimes, then is he a convict anymore? Maybe he gets all that wiped off his record. I don't know. So yeah, I guess that's a good one. If any character I'd like to see reappear, it'd be him.
Is that like in the flesh or like a phone conversation?
Either one. Just an update would be nice. And if there's any change to the situation with the so-called good twin that got away with murder, whether she gets caught up and in trouble.
And I would assume Aaron Paul's character's mother would have passed away from cancer by now, because she had like a couple of months left.
Yeah, I would say she would have passed away by now. I have a feeling we're not going to hear anything from them from season 1, but I wouldn't mind maybe a slight cameo.
So I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for reacting, Luke. Hope you enjoyed the show if you watch it. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Let the force be with you. Bye-bye.